It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from Miami. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
They run the counter to Achane. They'll cobble together a yard there. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Tua now from the gun. He's got Smith. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Able to find Achane. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 media days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him on any given Sunday. This guy.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on third and long. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So on fourth down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And he gets it away from his end zone. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Dolphins will have themselves a short field to begin the drive. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Sending a receiver left. Tua off the play fake. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
And they've got themselves another first and 10. They send Hill right. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Herbert from the gun. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll send him up the middle. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Couldn't pick up anything, and now he brings up 3rd and goal from the 2.
The chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This from just 23 yards away. Brown's kick is up and good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Washington now to return. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Putting a receiver in motion. They'll start the drive with Achan. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll stick with Achan. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Chargers take possession. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Blown back, it's the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. To throw, Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tunga Vailoa. He's on the move. He can run it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Man in motion here. From the 28. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their 1st. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. LA uses a timeout here. It's second, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Ryan Stonehouse back out there again to punt it away. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains. Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Sanders all set to send it away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Herbert. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. His work begins at the 31. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Dolphins football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Tua. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Man in motion, out of the slot. A-Chain running to the right. Into the second level, past the 30. And he gets this one down to the 27. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. Looking sideline and caught by Washington. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work.
Well, Jim Harbaugh, no stranger to barking at officials, and he's going to make them take another look at this one. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this. He did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept them in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him a few that time, but they'll need twice that to find the end zone here on 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
On 3rd and goal, it's Tagovailoa. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, That means 4th down coming up.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Aubrey puts it through, and that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Darius Davis to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough, and offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the play fake, it's Herbert. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Herbert back to throw. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Hauled in by Waddle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. Down the sideline inside the 30. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. A-Chan reels it in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Tua off the play fake. Able to find A-Chan. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down run from A-Chan. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with A-Chan. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A-Chain again. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is to throw. Looking for an open man. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Sanders all set to send it away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Here he is to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Well, Brock, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much. He maybe got a few across the 30 to about the 32. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Another carry for him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And this one doesn't go far. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Receiver gets it on the handoff. Jukes one defender. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
1st and 10, Herbert. Brought in right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll run now on 2nd down. Stiff arm success. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. He's got it at the 6. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Chargers break the tie and go up by 6. Loud McConkey with a touchdown! Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Washington now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Completes this one to Hill. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They send a man in motion. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it's second down coming up.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Rolling out to his left. He's keeping it. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Slot man motioned over. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Dolphins leaving the offense out there as they try for a 2-point conversion. Tagovailoa will look to throw. He's on the move. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting him a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback. Right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.